This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
We're back. We are here. You are there. I am here. We are together. What's everybody up to? Welcome back. Thank you all for putting up with me the last few weeks. Have been a little off putting. This pudding is off. Ooh. Tell me that doesn't look good. Pre-full melt. I didn't get it quite turned on right when I got home, so it takes a little bit for that to warm up. For those of you who are not in the know of the lava lamp culture, circa 50 plus years ago. That's why it's so cool. How's everyone? I'm back. We're alive. My face is about as messed up as it usually is, so not pretty. I need to shave. It's starting to get thick. I haven't done that. But with issues with the face and the teeth, you know, you don't really want to get in there with the blade. And maybe I should have just gotten out the old and just do a live shave stream. Negative Ghost Rider. That pattern, ooh, is full. So, yeah, how is everyone? What's everybody been up to? I feel like I'm out of the loop. I can't remember the last time I went live. It must have been last Thursday from the lake. I wanted to do more lives from the trip. We're going to talk about the trip here. But unfortunately, service was kind of iffy in that area. I mean, I had service. That first night on that first lake, it must have been by a tower, because we basically went to different lakes every night, every day, whatever. And that first night had good service on that spot. The second time I wanted to stream, it was like the night later. It was just spotty and touchy and didn't look good. God, my ear itches. Maybe a bug crawled in there or something. Anybody see anything? I can hear. And so I wasn't really able to go live as much. I made that little 5-minute video unboxing in the car, and it took it was like 3.5 hours for that to upload. And then it died out because of lost service during the upload, and then so I had to start it over. But with the actual completed time requiring to be online was about 3.5 hours for that little 5-minute video to upload. My normal ones, like the one I posted today, was at like 19 minutes, a little bit longer. On my upcoming mini knife shootout, we'll talk about that as well. That would have taken like 9 hours to do. So my service was there, my buddies were all up, we were just having a good time, so we kind of lived in that moment. And had a blast. Had an absolute blast. But that and missing some stuff with my face and my teeth. Take care of your teeth, y'all. I have a plan going forward. Fix the hole. Fix a couple other cavities that I have. I have another crown that's loose that needs to be dealt with. He who dealt it. That's me. That's me. Yeah. Well. TKE, what's up? Knives are live. Fook Doozle, my man. Fook. Robert Willoughby. Echo Elbis. We got Steve K. Clint. Did I say Brian? Mike's Knives, Lone Star State Survival and Outdoors. Yo, yo, yo! Greg Vanderlip was first today. What is happening? Now my eyes are itching. Whole body's slowly falling apart. Getting old. Getting old in my days of life. We're pushing halfway there. Pushing halfway there. I think I can still rip around this planet for another half. Something like that. Titanium Justin, what's up, buddy? Justin's gone. I saw his live a couple times. You were live earlier today. I wasn't able to get on there. Getting off of work. Getting stuff going. It's been busy. I've been behind. Video-wise, like there were a couple days. I literally posted a full-length video every day for over almost a year and a half. And then I have 2 or 3 days now where I did not post a video. That's not how I wanted it to go. But when you basically get sick, I guess you call it, or my face was about to explode. It's probably killing all of you right now, right? You do what you can. I like to stay ahead. I'd like to stay ahead. But sometimes you just start getting low, and it's like, I'm a smaller channel. So to do content, I gotta buy knives, I gotta pick up things, I gotta plan projects. And yeah, no excuses. I'm just me. This is my part-time fun gig, and here we are. What's going on, Lone Star State? Howdy to you too. Stacy Bolstered Blades, talk about the patience. This woman is so patient. I will make something beautiful for her. How are you doing tonight, Stacy? Yeah. Okay, so quick. Let's see. Where do we go? What do I talk about first? Where are we? Might as well just finish the trip recap. It was fun. We went up to northern Minnesota. If you look on a map of Minnesota, there are a couple really big lakes in the middle towards the top. Mille Lacs Lake is one of them. Leech Lake is another. We were just south of Leech Lake. There are many lakes. Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes. There are many. So we didn't even go on Leech. Patience of a job, doing well. Man, I tell you, time goes by too fast sometimes. If you don't stop, look around once in a while, you can miss it. So yeah, I stopped and looked around for a while, and the trip was fun. Like I said, we hit up a different lake every day. We tried to target a few different things, some bigger fish, some smaller fish. Everybody who went on the trip caught fish. We had a few little competitions. I won some trophies. 1, 2, 3 actually. So I can break that down. The first night, Tommy gave away several awards, and one of the awards was for most species caught that day. What's up, Watch City Knives? So most species caught that day. I caught 3. Wait, it was 4. So I won this sweet hat. Right? Want to curl it down over the ears? Oh, yeah, no doubt. So I won this hat for most species. I caught a perch, I caught a sunfish, I caught a crappie, and a rock bass. And I actually caught the rock bass on the live. For those of you that were in the live last week, we had a really good sunset. What's going on, Gabe? Got some knife work to do for Gabe. And I gotta send him some stuff too. How you doing tonight, Gabe? So yeah, that first night I had the most species prize, and so I got that sick hat, which we all basically, there was about 7 of us for the trip. Kind of a couple came a day later and a couple left a day early or whatever, but at the most there was 7 of us, and we all basically agreed that the hat was probably the top prize. Am I out of focus? Got a little zit on my nose. You can get them when you're old too. So that was the first night. Second night was largest.
Stacey Bolstead Blades became a member. Stacey Bolstead Blades celebrates 7 months of membership. Smiley cat face. Yes, I'm very patient, probably because I had no kids.
There you have it. No kids, Stacy. I'm right there with you. No kids. My sister has 2 boys. My nephews, they are fantastic. Glad that they are in my life. Really fun stuff since I don't have any of my own, but it probably is better that way. Here we are, right on, Stace. So night 2, I had the largest fish of the day. It was a 12-inch crappie, and I won this cribbage board. Who plays cribbage? So just a nice standard cribbage board. They also kind of designed it to be like a plaque. You can see there's like a hole there and there. So if you want to like hang it up on the wall, because it is a northern pike, which is pretty fun. Nice little cribbage board. So I won that prize for day 2. And then the final prize that I won.
Titanium Justin became a member. Titanium Justin celebrates 7 months of membership. Damn. Poop knife. Plop.
Ha! Poop knife. Just for you. Thank you for the 7 months, both Stacy and Justin. 7 months. Thank you. I appreciate you. I guess I'm doing a poop knife salute today. Poop knife. Plop. That's great. Thank you. Thank you.
Fo'okedu Osler became a member. Fo'okedu Osler celebrates 9 months of membership, 3/4 a year now.
Fo'ake Duzal. 3/4 of a year now. Can you guys hear that? Is it probably echoing? I'm going to assume it's probably echoing on you. Here. It is. So let's try. Let me try turning that like that, and we'll see if that fixes it. Fook, 9 months, my man. Fook, the big number 1 in my life. No one can take it from you, bud. No one. So to finish up the fishing trip, we did have a lot of fun. We drank some really good beers, had some really good whiskey. One of the guys, Dave, he gave me a knife. We're gonna look at that in a little bit. But he had his buddy Alan came up from Texas. So Texas has never been up. So we had to give him the experience of ice fishing and being outside in Minnesota winters. And it was like 20 plus below on several nights. Who saw the videos of me throwing the water, pot of boiling water into the air at 16 below is pretty fun to watch. Good Lord. Am I freezing? Are we good? It sure doesn't want me to open stuff up. We'll do that later, I guess. Huh. blue hinge to depress your tongue. No, you do not want to see down there. Especially with this. It's dishwasher safe. Never been used in a professional atmosphere. Oh, gross. Gross. What's up, Paul? Henry G. So I also won the trophy. I actually haven't signed it yet, But I made this trophy for this year. I thought it would be fun for us to just have a yearly traveling trophy. So I made it big enough so that I'm going to Sharpie on the side. Basically, I'll be like 2025, out of focus. 2025, Dan, biggest fish, or right, crappie, 12-inch crappie, or whatever it was. We actually caught larger pike, but we don't necessarily count the pike depends. But yeah, so I'm going to write my name on the side, then I get to look at it for a year, and then next year I'm going to bring it back, and then someone else will win it, and then they get to enjoy it on their shelf for a year. Poop tongue depressor. Oh, I know. But I'm just saying, if I used it, it would be a mess. What's going on, Sebald? Phew! Hello there, guys. Yeah, so we had the fun. We threw the ice. We threw the stuff. Let me bring that up. I'll show you a couple pics on my phone. I haven't really uploaded anything to... Oh, you don't bring it back. Almost forgot it's Thursday. We're back. We are back. Alright, let me do one of these. Boom. Oh no, is this not on? Let's see if this works today. Swish. Ta-da! Got some cool stuff to look at. Let's go here first. Where's the video? Oh, here's one. So if you haven't seen it, check this out. So that's what happens when you throw a pot of boiling water straight into the air. Look at this. Isn't that cool? So yeah, if it's 16 below outside and you throw a pot of boiling water into the air, it just instantly vaporizes. Then of course, you've got your Civivi Vision FG, because why wouldn't you? Let's watch it in real time, or slow-mo one more time. Wow. Can you imagine though? It's boiling water, and as soon as it hits the air, it just vaporizes. Science is fun. All right, let me back up a little bit. I didn't take anything too wild since it was just a bunch of guys. Day one, I got a perch. Here is the sunset. If you watched the live, you got to see that sunset live. I walked around. I actually ended up starting the live early because it looked so cool. I was like, oh my God, I got to get this sunset right now. And so instead of waiting till dark at 6, I just started at like 5. It looked sweet. If you go to that live from last Thursday, first few minutes I'm out walking around. It looks awesome. Little boy, this is one of the lakes that we fished on. Happen to have an access photo map there. Just go through all of them. Here's my sled. First pike. There's Alan's. Probably Alan's one of his first fish off the ice. Little small crappie there. There's a nice looking sunfish. We call that a pumpkin seed. Kind of a hybrid sunfish. Another pike. There's Dave. Dave's the one who gave me the Momo. Thanks, Dave, for the Momo. We will check it out. Look, Momo, Momo, Momo. I got triple Momo action. We need a little more light up in here. Another pike. A little crappie. We didn't keep too many fish. Here's all the guys. That night I won my hat. So this is the cabin we stayed in. Nice living room, a couple bedrooms, heat, electric, water, plumbing, all the good stuff. Here we are out on the lake. If I can get that sideways. So we go in style. The red one, this one's mine. This Eskimo. And the Johnson boys have the snowmobiles, and then Keating's got the four-wheeler, so we were able to get out on the ice without having to take the cars. We did take the cars out on the ice on the last night. Gabe, all right, Gabe's putting in requests. We needed to talk about your Ethan Grow anyway. It's right here, Gabe. Blue, green, purple on the scales. Go nuts with your choice of patterns. Etch the clip, hardware, and the blade. So Gabe wants us to etch. Let me put that aside for a moment. We'll just sidetrack straight into Gabe's prize from before that we haven't customized yet. We have some decisions. So cool pattern or etch on the blade, and then we'll etch the clip and the hardware and everything else as well. And then, so do you mean something blue, green, and purple? Or blue, green, or purple? And the other thing we do have to remember to consider is there is, we're starting off with this brown. So the colors are going to be dark. You know, your blues, your purples, your greens. I would say if anything, the green will be the harder one to deal with. Doesn't mean we can't. I'm not saying we can't. But because we're starting with this, you only can add to this color. So we already have this brown, which has some reds and stuff to it. So I can easily get a purple out of this because we put some blue on there. It might just accidentally just go purple. But the blues and the purples will probably be attainable. Green, maybe not so much because of the mix of the color with the brown, but it certainly doesn't mean it's not going to work. But Gabe, we do need to consider that. Give me the inputs. This thing's got some great action. Look at that. Boom. I haven't really played around with this thing too much, but look at that drop. Flips out really nice. The thing is solid for a little basic Ethan Grow D2. This is the same style as the one that Jimmy Crow customized and gave me for a giveaway. Let me write that down, Gabe. Just to remember. Okay, blue and purple. Do you want like do you want to try to do like a fade or like a hard line or like half and half? Or what are you thinking for the blue and the purple? And then we can do all right. And then a full etch. What's up, Big Hams? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Welcome to the Thursday night shenanigans. So yeah, Gabe, give me more input. We're on it. These are on deck. I know I did make that video of my upcoming projects. I forgot to put both of these, Gabe's and Waylon's, and I have Eric's microjet, and those are all getting done as well. I just got busy trying to make a video quick, made the video, and then realized I have more projects than I missed on there. Anyway, so get back to the rest of these picks real quick. It's all right, got a text. Here is my winning crappie. Big old chonker 12-inch. Actually have the fillets in the fridge. I haven't had a chance to cook those up, but it did give me some nice fillets. That is a question I got for everyone, is I made a video. I filmed it. I took this knife right here and I filleted this fish right here. I did it, I filmed it basically silent so that I could like time lapse it, make it a little faster, so I didn't really talk over it, but I could record a vocal over it. My curiosity is, I'm assuming if I show an actual filleting of a fish, even though the fish is no longer alive, that the video may get demonetized. I don't make a lot of money on videos anyway, so even if it was a good money maker for me, it would be a few dollars. And so a few dollars losing doesn't really bother me as far as affecting posting the video. but I'd hate for it to like give me like a strike or a slash to potentially get shut down or something. Not that I wouldn't think that one video, I've seen people have videos of them filleting fish, but I kind of looked it up a little bit, didn't really find a lot of info. But if anyone does have any info on that and whether or not it would affect me at all, I'm open, or I'm interested in feedback on that. But I do have a video I can show fillet using that knife for the fillet. Here's my fish finder machine. This was towards the end of the night, and everything, the bottom is where the red is, and everything from there to there we're thinking was bait fish. It was crazy. Like, it just all of a sudden just clouded over, and there were some larger lines that would come and go in there, but they weren't biting. It was 20 below, so it wasn't I know not much about it, but I think you should be good. Perfect. All right, just a few more pics on here, but I wanted to share. Look at my star photos that I was able to get. So this is not a cloud. That was like a reflection off of cars or something like that. So it kind of got in the way. I got a few that fixed it. There you can see the Orion constellation right there. There's the belt, and then the sword coming down, and then his upper hands, and then down where the feet are. There were so many stars out, it was just crazy how cool it looked. I was actually able to get the Pleiades constellation, Seven Sisters. It's blurry, it was 20 some degrees below zero, so it was super cold. So it was really hard for me to hold still, but all you can see it's there. In the normal night sky, you might not see that little cluster, but it was so dark and so easy that you could just get in there and see some of these constellations and things that you don't normally see. Here's a shot of Orion again that turned out really good. Super fun. I'd like to be able to take more photos of the sky at night. This one's neat because I got reflections off of the vehicles, the lights on the vehicles. So you got Orion, but then you also got this kind of cool, almost Northern Lights kind of a look, even though they aren't really Northern Lights. Kind of a cheat. Kathleen Smith, what's up? Iowa AK shows fish prep all the time. I think he's okay. So if he's shown it, I'll talk to him quick and see if he even got demonetized, I wonder. Again, if I get demonetized, it doesn't matter because I only make a couple bucks. It wouldn't really bother me. But it was kind of an interesting video. I did use that knife. Be an interesting process. Here's that fish totally froze. Thank you for the info, those. Henry. Or didn't Stacy say it? Or Kathleen said it. We'll check it out. You don't need to imagine what this girl was doing on YouTube. It was great. Yeah. Here's me in the hat. Oh, here's throwing the boiling water again. Man, that's just so fun. We threw at least a dozen pots of boiling water in the air. That's how fun it was. What's up, Steven? Good evening to you. Oh, here's my fillet video. Here's another pike. Just a couple more shots here. Here was my winnings. Was that it? Yeah, that was it. Again, didn't take too many photos. We just spent most of the time. This was technically the biggest fish. But pike have a lot of bones in them. We don't like filleting them up as much, so we don't necessarily usually count them. And plus, if you put out a tip up or something in the shallows, chances are you're going to catch some pike. So we kind of go for the cool big fish that we win, like that crappie was basically what we considered the winner. Excuse me, take a sip. But yeah, I won some fun prizes. It was a good time. If you ever have a chance to go on a little trip, little journey with some of your friends, life is short. Get out there, experience it, do some stuff. You want to do something crazy? You're ever in Minnesota, hit me up. We'll go have some fun. Be all about it. Okay, well, we've taken care of that. The trip was fun. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. We've got Gabe. Gabe won the Ethan Grow, so we're going to be doing some customization, some acid etch, and maybe a blue, purple. Gabe, did you say if you're looking for like a fade? Let me back it up a second there. Just said blue and purple, some type of blue and purple fade in from one to the other, or we could make a hard line. But yeah, hit me up, Gabe. You can message me, let me know. We can get started on that one pretty soon. That's all that stuff is at home. I can do that right here. Oh, go crazy with your choice on patterns, he says. Excellent. Excellent. I will. Henry says, hit that thumbs up button for our man Dan, people. Penman. Paul Mites, got a couple Pauls. 2 Pauls in the house. Locked and loaded. Penman, read you loud and clear. Loud and clear. So for those of you saw just a couple of the new knives that I just acquired recently. I did the unboxing of this CRKT Minimalist Cleaver on location on my trip. This is the 3rd Minimalist. They have a lot of styles and varieties. I found this when I was finished my dentist appointment, and there is a Sportsman's Warehouse next door, or a couple doors down, so I went to the Sportsman's Warehouse. They had a half price sale. So I think these were like $39 on sale for 19 or whatever it was. Good price on that. These are fun little neck knives. Comes with the Kydex. You know, you put it around that neck kind of deal and bow. I've given both of the ones I had away for prizes, for milestones and stuff. Probably do the same with this one. Although, God, just every time they always feel so good in the hand. It's like this is, when you grab onto that, it's done. It's not going anywhere. That is locked and loaded. That little harpoon top, you're stuck in there and you can do some work and it feels nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Not sure how many. I barely got this one finished before my last live for the trip. So this is my Tempest Microjet. I did the double anodize job on there, so we gave it the light blue to kind of go with Casey's style, the blue, Tempest knives blue, and then I did a bronze on the pivot and all the accent pieces, the backspacer, the pocket clip, the screws. Turned out great. It's interesting because it almost went into a transitional color. So when you do anodizing for titanium, these are your basic colors. And so I wanted this bronze, but the one after it, it starts to turn into this purple, which is it went really quick on here. You can almost barely see it at all. But there's just this little teeny section where it goes from bronze to just slightly purple into that blue kind of shade. And I feel like we're just on that cusp of it, because you look at it in the light on camera, it almost has a little more of a purple oily shine to it. If you see that, it's fun. Probably one of my favorite knives from last year. Steven's first knife purchase 2025 was the Wee Swift Fin. And how are you liking it so far? Have you got it already? I'm assuming you might have already received it. Gabe did something to a minimalist. Yeah, Gabe, send me a photo. I'd like to see it. I'm interested. Which one was it? And what did you do? And focus. I am going to use this and carry it. So I kind of figured the silvery light blue would be a kind of a good color that as you touch it, it'll kind of fade and dull out. And since it's already kind of a duller, lighter blue, it'll look good. And I have Eric's microjet and then my microjet in the Ultim that we're doing a swap. Eric's actually going to have me etch the blade for his. We were going to swap, but it didn't end up not working out. Knife's fast. I hear that's a good knife. One of a kind right here, bud. And I'll be happy to say that everything does anodize for those of you that do want to anodize. But what I did notice is the pivot, because it's a captive pivot, this side, the one side has the tiny screw on it, and then the other side has the collar. And the side with the collar is actually like steel, and it's welded or fused together. And so when I was anodizing it, that steel made the machine kind of like say, hey, what's going on? And so we tried to get it to the same. It didn't quite make it to the same. This almost looks purple, but it's actually more of a bronze. If you see the one that had the barrel on it, it's a little bit closer to the gold. So I had to kind of ramp it up a little bit to try to get it to reach the color and the voltage, because it was trying to anodize a chunk of it that wasn't actually titanium. And I don't expect that to be titanium. That's not a Knives Fast fault or anything like that. It's just the reality of when you have a pivot, you can have this top piece be titanium, but you basically the barrel in between and the screw, that's a little different. But it's still anodized. It worked. I'm happy with it. I love this knife. How's it been? If you haven't been on the Knives Fast channel, go check it out. Really fun stuff. Also designs knives, and you can buy them when they are out on the Tempest Knives website. There's my focus. There's my driving and listening. Right on, bud. Thank you, Kathleen. I'm glad you like it. It was a fun one. I'd been wanting to do that one for a while. I also want to do this Devo Premium Pony Stout. Same kind of thing. Pretty much everything's titanium, except for the clip. But I'd like to do kind of a two-tone setup with this one as well. But it's kind of sitting on deck. I got some others we got to do first, right? But look at this triple Momo action. I'm going to drop them all over here. Boom. Sterling Stutes, what's up? Bought the titanium Asher Spyro S90. Anyone know someone who does titanium work, milling, and patterns? I'm interested to see what you're going to end up getting done to it. I'd like to get into that someday. I saw some at Blade Show last year that some people did some designs and stuff to it. I'd like to get into that in the future. I'm not there yet. I got to get my CNC running that I've had for months that I still haven't got running. So the mini Momo sold it for me. I wanted a full-size Momo for quite a while. Never had one. Didn't get one. Saw the mini Momo. Still had the Christmas special on sale. I'm liking these scales less. They stick in the pocket really, really rough. That depth, because the red. Let's see if I can focus this. Maybe. There we go. The red, and then it dropped out right away. The red is raised up, and so what happens is when you go put this in your pocket, that is quite rough with that G10. Jesus. And so I don't like the way that goes in and out of the pocket, and it only really goes well in the holiday season. So I want to definitely make some scales for this one, make one that's more smooth, probably micarta. I really enjoy the way micarta feels on most knives. I'd love titanium as well, but I'm not going to be CNCing any titanium anytime soon. It's going to be quite a while before I get to that, and I need a significantly better machine. Paul Mike says he can. Depends on what you're looking for. If you want wild, you need someone with a laser. I was going to get it mirror polish scales, fingerprint magnet. I'm not a big fan of that fingerprint magnet. Mo for your money. More for your money. So I had to get the premium one with the titanium bolster and the S35 VN. I got 165 out of 200, which is cool. But I will be changing up those scales to a different one pretty soon. I'll save these scales, and in the holiday I can go ahead and swap them out and enjoy them. But that mini Momo is great. So then Kaiser releases the new full-size Momos and new mini Momos. I guess they released all the mini Momos about the same time. And so I had to jump on, and we were talking Momos on the live a few weeks ago, and these had just came out, and I said, you know what, going for it. So I went ahead and ordered this one. This is the Amazon exclusive. So I have a 14C28N aluminum bolster, and then the micarta handle. Feels excellent. This thing is huge. I love it. Some people have been talking that they're not a fan because they think this is going to get in the way and cause problems and stuff. It is large. I'm tall. I like deep pockets. I've carried these a few times, both of them, and haven't really noticed any issues at all. So I think it front flips really nice. You can index finger front flip that thing out. Super fun. It's a huge knife. So you, rather than just saying you might just be turned off of it because of the size, just the sheer beefiness of it. I mean, it's enormous. Alex, forgot it was Thursday. Hey Dan, what's up, Alex? Good to have you. Glad you're here. We're talking Momos right now. This is my Amazon exclusive. You only can buy it off of the Amazon, the 14C28N micarta version. A lot of versions of the Momo now. I really enjoyed the way this looked. I love micarta. Just the colors of this kind of screams Kenman right here. Wouldn't really change anything to it, but you never know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. So I got that one. Then I go on the fishing trip, and my buddy Dave, good old Dave, Dylan Mallory in the house. The Momo looks normal in my hands, right? Standard. But look at that. You do that choke up. Look at that. There's still like almost 2.5, 3 fingers. Dylan Mallory in the house. Dylan, you gonna be at Blade Show, Texas? I'll be there. I'm going. Come say hi, or I will come find you. For sure. Dylan makes some really cool designs. I don't have any. Should probably fix that. Need more artisan cutlery in my life. Boom. So, my buddy Dave was watching the live. We were talking. I got the mini Momo. Was talking about all the new Momos coming out, and he jumped on the train, bought himself. Well, he bought a full size, the original Momo, because what had happened is we were talking about it, and the new ones had not yet released. So he went on, and this is the original, the OG Momo. This is 154 cm, and then we have aluminum, and then a steel liner. And he went ahead and picked this one up as a gift for me, for the channel, because he knew that I was talking him up and liked him so much. Then he went ahead and bought one for me. It's crazy. Mallory's not sure. Well, yeah, if you are, dude, I'd love to meet up with you for sure. Say hi, catch up. Talked to him a little bit last year, hanging out at the CGRB Artisan Cutlery booth. So yeah, Dave gave me a Momo. He was like, well, yeah, I saw you got that other one. I bought this one for you. And I'm like, dude. So I might have to do some customs, maybe save one for a giveaway sometime. I don't know. We'll see. But Dave gave this to me. I was looking at it. What happened was, it was a tale as old as time. So aluminum, right? If you folks know, you've watched, seen some of the customizations here. I have an aluminum setting for my laser that does this nice white color. So this is a blue aluminum cheapo Ozark Trail that I Christmasized and acid etched on the blade as a test and polished this turd up just a little bit. But my white laser mark setting for aluminum works really well. Here's another example. Here's this is the CJRB oh my god, agave. So I put an agave print on the agave handle. So the handle was silver, it's aluminum silver, and then the laser mark is actually this slightly off white setting. So most of the thing is completely covered with the laser mark. But I've got a really nice white laser mark setting. What would I do with a nice white laser mark setting? Get me a nice chunk of black aluminum and we'll have a sweet black with aluminum or black with white laser mark over that. Then what I was thinking would be cool, because Dave gave this to me on the fishing trip, is we could get one of those topography maps. I've seen some marks and some knives that have like the topography lines, the circles and stuff on them, kind of like on my CRKT package for the delineation, that background and the green, those lines, but do white lines like that of one of the lakes we were on for the fishing trip, and I could put that on that handle right there. What do we think about that? How many colors can a laser make? Accurately, not a lot. But let me see if I can find that. You have potential, and it depends on the material that you're using. I have a piece over here, I think, if I can find it. Just give me a second. Here we go. All right. So this is a chunk of steel that we did a test setting on. All right, so if I catch this at the angle, you can see those colors. Like from here, you can't really. So this is a test. And so what you do is you can take a chunk of a material and put it under the laser and then say run test. And so then it does all these settings. If you notice all the way down here at 10 and 11, A, B, and C, it looks blank, but there's actually squares there if you look. Those are just obviously poor settings. So you get some that are really faint that don't work, some that are be black that are too dark or burnt, and then look at all these differences. You see some of these that are blue and kind of almost pink, yellows, golds. So if theoretically, Rick, fishing was great. It was super fun. I showed off some of the pictures. If you go back in the live a little bit, you can see all the photos and kind of the recap of the trip. But yeah, you can see there are attainable colors, but the problem is consistency. You're like, okay, I really like the way that gold one looks, or maybe this pink one, or that salmony kind of colored E2, you know. But the reality is these little tests just get you in a ballpark, and then you start doing an actual larger test. And sometimes these off colors, these light blues and these pinks and stuff, it doesn't stay consistent when you're doing a mark. And so like if you were to do this pattern all the way across here, it would like be kind of pink over here, but then kind of burnt here, and maybe a little darker pink over here, and then kind of, you know, it won't be as necessarily even. So it's not like it's impossible. So every time you get a new material, you can do some tests and then try to refine some settings. But the reality is there's some that are kind of gold that work pretty good. Like on when I did the paisley print, this was gray, and I got a nice kind of gold and darker gold setting. If I can focus it, maybe not. Sure does like to focus in behind it. So there's kind of almost a goldish brown, metallic-y kind of a color on some of the spots too. So you can get a few things, but basically the only way is to experiment and test. And so the problem is if you've got a knife and you want to test it, you can flip it over and test on the inside, but you only have so many tests with that piece. And if you have another knife that's like, oh, well, these are both made out of titanium, they're not going to be necessarily the exact same titanium. So then you have to go back and test again, or it won't be as consistent. Every time you do it, you have to do a few more tests. Whites, blacks, some kind of electric or metallic kind of blues, like oily blues, kind of silver, whites, I might have said white already, are generally what you're going to be going for. But yeah, I'm thinking this is aluminum. I can use that nice white setting and do kind of a topography of one of the lakes we were on. I think that would look really cool. What does everyone else think? What I did notice is these might be compatible. So I could do a swap, like you could swap the screws, or I could swap like the back spacer or the pivot. We got black pivot, silver pivot, back spacer, silver and black. So depending if it would look cool or if it would be a waste or not, I think putting the white laser mark over that, leaving the screws black was probably the best way. Swapping out the back spacer could be cool. Swapping out the pivot could be cool. You could have a silver pivot, would just maybe be a cool accent, because it would be like then you got the black collar around that silver pivot and then a black pivot on here. I don't know. Just things I've thought about. They do have the different logo, the different Kaiser logo. Anodizing, well, anodizing is basically only, I don't do aluminum anodizing, I only know titanium anodizing. And the way that works is by voltage. And so this is pretty much every color. So here's a lower voltage, here's a higher voltage. And you can, you know the numbers. And so like this gold, I want it to turn this gold. You set the machine at that setting of that voltage. And then you can have it ramp up slow. So then you can hold the piece in there, have it slowly change through all of them until it gets to the color you want. And it stops at that voltage. Then you take it out. Little bit easier to control, and then certain titaniums take better, as I said before, because this piece of titanium had it was welded to the steel for the pivot in the center. It kind of made it drop, so that actual voltage we were hitting, we had to ramp it up a little bit higher in order for it to get. I need high voltage to finish anything. No. Thanks, Paul. Think the topography of the lake would look sick. I agree. That is my plan for now. And I customize that out and have it be one of my specialty knives or whatever. And then maybe just leave this one as is. Maybe use it for a giveaway. Maybe have it be a user. I don't know. I don't know where to go. Okay, so project knives, we have obviously Slicey's is on deck getting done now, then Rene Ramon's, then Lanyard Man's, then Jimmy Crow's. I also have Gabe and Waylon right here that we're gonna do. These are ones that are easy, we can do at home. There's no laser marking anodizing going on those. So like dye project and acid etch projects and stuff I can do from the house here. I don't need to borrow the machine time at work to do those. I also have that acid etch of the other microjet that I'm going to be doing for Eric. We're going to acid etch his blade nice and dark for his blue titanium Microjet. So that should be fun. So that's coming up. Lots of those. I am trying to promise myself this weekend. Try to promise myself this weekend that I'm going to put the finish setting the CNC machine up and start CNCing. CNCing? So there's that. And I've got some more shipwrecking to do. What? My new smallest knife in the collection. I don't care what anybody says. This is cool. Oosh. Focus. Right? I mean, we're talking micro size. The one finger grab. Come on. I'm gonna have to buy a new camera that just has better focus. I am going to be doing that shipwreck though. We could probably put 1 grain of salt on there and see what it does. Should be a fun one. You might poke your eye out. Did my first stud mod on the drill press last week. Came out great. So you added studs, Paul? Is that basically what you did? Just get a drill bit the right size. Put it in the press. Tri-State would still find a way to cut himself with this. That guy, no offense to him, I love him, he's a great guy, but man, when I saw him at Texas last year, I physically saw him cut himself twice. I think he cut himself 3 times over the weekend, but I was like there for 2 of them. You know, can you see my CNC doing things? You see? Sebald? Sebald C says, can you see my CNC? So you added studs to a concept odd 21. Fun. That is fun. That seems like that'd be a fairly easy mod. Lock the blade down so it can't move. Get the right size drill bit with the drill press and just fire it, right? Send it as hard as you can. Just whoops. Or you just hold the blade like this and just go like this, right? You don't have to clamp it down or anything like that. I mean, it'd be fine. It'd be totally fine. So I got 3 Momos in the collection now. Thank you to Dave. Much appreciated. Completely unnecessary. He likes me. I was a good friend. Wanted to support the channel. Which is super cool. I appreciate it. That's fun stuff. I also had an idea. I haven't, honestly, lately I haven't been doing as many lives. You know, everyone knows I kind of jumped on and started doing a bunch of vertical lives here and there. They are fun. I want to try to continue to do that on a semi-regular basis and pick a few nights a week and do that. But I had an idea that I didn't know if that would be something that people would be interested in or not. But the thought was, Renee! What's up, Renee? Toy like a toy guy. I was considering almost like doing a live and then actually making a video. So the live would be like a behind the scenes look. So it's like I set the vertical live up or whatever and just let it rip. And then I can move that around. And then while that's recording, I can be like, okay, hey, now I'm going to film this video of this customization. And then so while the live is filming from over here, I'll have my other camera over here. And you actually would see me filming the video that I'm going to post in the future as it's being created. I don't know. Thought it'd be kind of interesting if someone thought that would be fun. Although, because you already going to see the video. So it's like, if you're going to see the video, do you really want to see the making of the video? kind of the way I do my process or whatever. I don't know. It was a thought. I'll probably try it out for one of the lives just for fun, because I can easily set up a couple cameras and then start the live and then just say, all right, we're gonna shoot this video. Let's get it done. Caleb thinks it's a decent idea. How you been, Renee? Renee, Stacy's been so patient. We're about to do Stacy's blade finally, and Renee, you are next. Renee's will not take anywhere near as long after. He came at it with the exact idea of what he wanted pretty much right away, and it looked, I kind of punched something in, and it looked like it was going to work quickly, versus I've been trying to come up with cool designs for Stacy. I'd got far maybe ahead of myself with a couple designs, and then they didn't translate well, and that gets annoying because you get something, you're kind of working on it, and then you go to do some laser tests, and then the laser doesn't like it at all. Long story short is taking a drawing and churning it into a laser mark isn't as easy as just putting it into Photoshop, turning it into a vector, and then saying go. Sometimes it completely messes that up. Not an excuse, just full disclosure on sometimes if you ever try to design, oh man, these ads. What are the ads? What's the ad? Laid off Pete, what's going on? What was the ad? Because you know the ads are catered to you. They aren't catered from me. Each person's ads can cater purposely to them. So what does it want you to watch? I'm interested. I haven't seen ads in forever. I got Prime or Premium. I bought YouTube Premium probably sometime before when I started the channel. I liked not having to listen to ads or commercials when I'm listening to music, and that was kind of the way. Is I went premium, and never looked back. So I haven't seen any commercials in like forever. So I don't even know what they are anymore. Ron Dobbins, what is up? The ads just seem to get longer and longer. Can't you skip it after like 10 seconds or something though, or they have some that are only 10 seconds you can't skip, and then they have some that are longer that you can, or I don't remember. I never pay attention. Trucks, tools, well, that's not the worst. What you been up to, Ron Dobbins? Okay, I made some notes for myself, stuff I wanted to talk about. Blade Show Texas is coming up soon. I will be there. Who is going to be there? Meet up with me. I have premium because I refuse to watch ads. It's worth it because then you got the premium, so then you give the little kick to the channels that you watch and support, versus like you could set up like an ad blocker type of a situation. Although I remember a while back there was like YouTube really buckled down on that and made you turn them off. But to me, I don't have any real like Netflix or stuff like that, and so I got the YouTube Premium, and it's worth it to me. It's worth it to me. But Blade Show Texas, I'm excited to go. Will be my second time. I have not been to any of the other Blade shows, but I was at Texas last year. Had a really good time. Met Dylan. He was in here a little bit ago. Met Tri-State up there last year, or I had already been talking with him, but met him for the first time in person there. Met a few subscribers. Wheezy and Josh were up there. Josh cut himself with a karambit. It was more of a stab because it like went in, and he had to hold that thing down. We were over. That was like right when we were sitting there. QSP was doing their knife giveaway, and I'm like, Josh, what's up? And he's like, I stabbed myself. Yep, I think that was right after Tri-State cut himself too. Tri-State he was there with the Blade Binge booth. I don't think Blade Binge is going to be there, and I don't think Kaiser is going to, or I'm actually pretty positive Kaiser is not going to be there, which is kind of a bummer. I know they were there last year, and there's going to be a lot of companies. It's a lot of fun for those of you who's been to Blade Show. Have you been to ones other than Texas? Have you been to Utah or where's the other one? Or is it Tennessee? It's not Tennessee. It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta, right? That sounds right to me. But if you haven't gone and you can or you have the chance, I would recommend it. It is fun. It's worth it. You get really good deals too. So like most of the knives are on sale. Like if it's a $200 knife, you might be able to get it for 130, 140 bucks. And so on and so forth. 1,929 miles from me to Texas. That's a 29-hour drive, man. You could fly, Caleb. I drove last year from Minnesota down. It was a 14-hour drive. I drove on the way there. I drove like 7 or 8 hours, and then stayed in a cheap little motel, Holiday Inn, and then drove the remaining 7 hours to get there. And then on Sunday, after everything was all done, I went and checked out of the hotel. I got into my car. I set my trip for home, and it said, you will be at home in 13 hours and 57 minutes. And I said, wow, that is 10 p.m. because it was like 8 a.m. And so I was like, go for it. And I actually drove the whole 14 hours. Actually took me a little less than 15, just with the bathroom stops and just stretching legs and getting food and etc. etc. Look, a little red. A little red under my eyes. Kid asked me for help. I wasn't being rude. Had to step away. Didn't even notice, bud. Not rude at all. I believe I can touch the sky. Spread my wings. Yeah. Anyway, so it's far, and that's the thing I talked about too. Is like, because I could fly, but like last year the flights were $400, $500, $600, and then it kind of makes you nervous for like checking a bag with knives that you bring or you buy and bring home. When I drove, it ended up being just a few $100. You know, driving there and back, it ended up being like $140 each way, you know, maybe a little less than $300 to drive. Then I had my vehicle with me, had to then valet it at the hotel, which then cost more money. But I was at a hotel that was only 3 blocks or whatever from the convention center, so I didn't really need to drive all weekend. And I was able to just walk right over the convention center. So it saved me on that. But ultimately, I ended up staying in a nice hotel. It was like $210 a night, over $1,000 for the hotel, and then gas and everything. You're spending $1,500 before you even purchase a knife. And if it was in Minneapolis, I could drive down there, pay $20 for parking, and then buy $1,500 worth of knives. You know what I mean? You know, because you know that if you're going to go there and spend $1,300 to get there, you're definitely going to buy a knife or two if you're getting a sale. Asher arrives today. You ordered an Asher? I want one. I take my bike to Bike Week in Florida every year. It's 1,300 miles, 24 hours, drive straight through depending on weather. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Next year, Kenman, T.I. Justin, you and I rent a big-ass van, split the cost, driving duties, sleep in the van. You know, yeah, that could be fun. That could be fun. Got some buddies to stay with in Texas. Sometimes that's nice. But then at the same time, sometimes it's worth it to get the room and have that comfort, peace of mind. I just got done sleeping in a cabin with a bunch of guys that snore. No offense to anyone that snores. You can't control it when you're asleep. But I'm the type of guy who will wake up and then hear the snoring and then have a hard time falling back asleep. And so sometimes it's worth it just to really be able to go home, relax by yourself, turn on the TV, make a couple of videos or whatever if I want to, and then get some good night's rest before I go out the next day. Blind Woo Fury. I am feeling way better, way better. I was hurting. Tooth issues are a problem. The crown broke. It was like an 18-year-old crown. It broke. It popped off. They said everything looked good to go, that they were going to be able to make a new crown, fit it on there, and pop it over the base that was there, and everything would be fine. Well, over the weekend, not having a crown over that base, it got infected and got worse and got swollen, and then they had to basically go drain it and then perform surgery. Had to remove the tooth. It went bad because it was just unprotected, and I probably ate a bunch of food on top of it or whatever, and so they ended up having to remove the tooth. And if you've ever had extreme tooth pain, what's the one pleasant thing about it is, if that tooth really hurts, it's the tooth that hurts. So the second the tooth has been removed and is no longer there, it doesn't hurt anymore. It's not there. The nerves are inside that tooth. And so once they pop it out, it's not really a thing. But my face had blown up, so it was all big. And so they had to go in, get rid of that. And because it had blown up so much, the tooth actually came out pretty easy. So I didn't have any big issues with that, because sometimes they have a hard time popping it out. But now I got a hole over here that we need to take care of, which I am now going to be turned into a very dedicated dental visitor. We're putting together a plan. I want to get that fixed. I have a couple cavities. I had a crown up front that's also very old that I ended up popping a little loose because I was chewing like a rabbit with the front of my face because I couldn't chew on the side. Yeah, it was an experience. But here we are. I'm glad to be back. It threw a little wrench in the channel. I wasn't able to make videos for a few days. Missed a couple lives. And then it was like right before my trip. Luckily, they got it taken care of, because otherwise I would have had to cancel the trip and then go in over the weekend and have it taken care of. But I luckily got into I snuck into a little, they have, because I go to my regular dentist, but then when they had to do the removal, I had to actually basically schedule a surgeon. So then I had to go to another place. And so they found a place that was close by that was able to get me in the very next day. Which they said if it had been another couple of days, I probably would have had to go to the hospital because it was growing. And as it grows, an infection in your face, it can get really bad. Really bad. So I recommend, I brush my teeth twice a day, but I also drank a lot of Mountain Dew for many years, and it kind of eroded away in these cavities that you don't really notice. And you don't notice, and you just live your life, and everything seems to be fine, but then all of a sudden one day one of your teeth is like, hey, I'm going to start hurting on you a little bit. And now that's starting to catch up with me, so I've kind of created a plan with the dentist. Got a few cavities I'm going to fill in, going to get this crown fixed, going to fix this hole. We're going to do some stuff. Rick's Knives, got to go. Have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. Small batch stuff. The apple juice from where? What did I miss? Oh, in jail. In Holland? Packages have been moving through network for 5 days and arriving at the sorting facility near me. Ugh, USPS. I know, Alex. I hate waiting for knives. It's the worst. It is the worst. Apple juice is pretty good. They put a lot of sugar in apple juice, or they don't have to because it already has a lot of sugar in it. That wasn't apple juice. Dude, what happened to my pea jar? Ugh. What is that smell? If you ever end up in jail in Daytona, that is. Don't drink the apple juice. Note to self. Everyone, be ready. But Blade Show is the first weekend in March, like the 7th, 8th, 9th, or the 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. It's 2 days. MPG is here. How you doing, MPG? Talking Blade Show right now. Getting excited. Going to start ramping up for it. Going to have a good time. My plan last year was my first year, so I was all crazy coming up with all these ideas and stuff because I didn't know what I was about to get into. I realized that really the main thing with Blade Show is you just need to go and just experience and just be and just live in the moment while you're there. I'm going to film a lot. I have a lot of ideas about the way I film. Did you see Rosecraft is looking for reviewers? Justin, where did you see that? I would be interested in talking to them. I've been picking up Rosecrafts lately. I've got one on the table right here. This is my most recent Rosecraft. The pull on this is gnarly. This is the Zambezi. It looks so cool though, I tell you what. Justin, message me, or I mean, we could talk about it here too, but message me or give me the link to their Insta post or whatever. I'll talk to them if they want to talk to me. I mean, I don't know if they want to talk to me, but I do like Rosecraft. I've got 4 or 5 of them now, I think. The Zambezi is cool. It's got the biggest finger choil on the planet, small little knife. I love the way this looks. I just wish that this pole wasn't so deathly hollows, man. It's crazy. It's going to be chopping a finger off. Got another one close access right here. This one's also got a stiff pull to it. Stinking Creek sow belly. I like this one a lot. Fun stuff. I would definitely be interested. I did get their chunk, this silly thing. Should probably put this in my customization, but it's aluminum, so it's probably gonna have to be a white mark that might not show up as. That could be cool though, actually. What kind of a white laser mark should we put on this aluminum chunk? Any thoughts? Boom. There, Justin just pop the link right there. Thank you, bud. Are you a knife or outdoor content creator? We'd love to have you in our new Rosecraft Test Run group. We'll send you new knives for you to review, and you'll send them on to the next person in the group. Apply on our website today. You'll find the link at the bottom of every page. Don't wait. Apply today. Ladies and gentlemen, are you a knife content creator? Join the Rosecraft Pass Round Box group now. I've got that one. See, look, I've got 2 of those. There's the sow belly on the bottom. And then, oh, that's the button lock version. I don't have the button lock version, but I do have the slip joint version. Clinch River swayback. Tell me that's not cool. Yeah, I think Rosecraft makes some fun stuff. Honeycomb pattern. Honeycomb pattern on what? Honey donuts? Steve K. I have all of their traditional knives. I use a Teflon base oil on my slip joints. It makes a dig difference. Makes a dig difference. Teflon base oil. I'm gonna write that down. So that could potentially make the pull not as difficult. That's interesting. I should look into that. Yes, MPG, they are interesting. They make some cool, like their traditional stuff, and then I do have the one more modern knife. And then who was it? I can't remember. Someone gave me another one of their modern ones as a giveaway way back in the day. Can't remember who that was offhand. I apologize. But yeah, someone had sent me one, and I used that for one of my first giveaways. Graphite dry lube on the slip joint. Interesting. It's just so stiff. Like, what? How does putting something in there? I mean, you can feel that. It's just stiff. It's super stiff, like a donut pattern or something. What's up, suckers? Chef Rocky, boom, dude. I mean, come on. Everyone knows I love Towser K, but do I have a new favorite? Look at how good my shipwreck turned out on this Towser K. Right? Love the shipwrecks. It's definitely probably one of my favorite side projects. Robo Steve. What's up, bro? Sup, all my kin folks, doing my drive-by liking, saying hi before I jump on the Xbox with my idiot brothers. What are you playing on Xbox? Robo, tell me what you're playing on Xbox, because inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. Boom. Pinewood Derby graphite added to wheel axles for speed. It will work for knives. But it'll loosen up a hard pull? That's what I'm curious, because it's like I feel like it's the stiff pull is like because it's the tolerances are tight. I don't know. I don't know. The new Warhammer. Tooth is gone. Tooth has been popped. It's no longer with us. Now I have a hole in the side of my face that I need to get a fake tooth. Although getting a implants, the implants are too rich for my blood. I don't know if I want to give them $3,000, $4,000 for a tooth, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Might need to get back into gaming. I might need to, honestly, I used to do some speed running. Dye and laser etch the tooth. Yeah. You got a dyed tooth and a diet poop brown. Got a poop tooth. I used to love speed runs. I'm a big Zelda freak. I played Breath of the Wild. I probably have 1,000 hours. I don't know. I was doing speed runs for Breath of the Wild for a while. Then I started doing some speed runs of like the Cayo Perico heist on GTA. I'll be going for dental implants soon because the meds I'm on are killing your teeth. Yeah, it sucks. And once they go, the technology is getting better. That's what they're saying. My crown was so old. They're like a new crown would be so much better quality than something from just 20 years ago. But my brain just shut off. What were we squirreling? What was I squirreling about? Keep talking about teeth. My God. Brain. Oh yeah, games. So yeah, I used to really enjoy little GTA, going online and doing some missions and just driving around. I love driving cars around the GTA map just for fun, just driving around, get the cops chasing you, and then just. Or I like doing it online. You get those idiots, the young kids that just want to blow people up and stuff. And then I like getting them to chase me and then trying to get away from them. And I don't know, it's fun. But the new GTA is supposed to be released this year, and it's not going to release on. I usually play on PC. Problem is I think the new GTA is only going to be released on the gaming systems, and I don't have a PS5, so I may or may not need to buy a PS5. My nephews have one, and I bought them the Gran Turismo with the steering wheel, and I don't know if you've ever used a real deal steering wheels with the feedback and the brake pedals and stuff and the shifter. Super fun. So it kind of gives me a couple of reasons. Get one of those with the steering wheel set up, and then get GTA 6 when it comes out. My teeth are perfect. The bone holding them, not so much. Burnout Paradise, just drive around. Yep, that sounds fun. MPG's teeth are okay, but never needed braces. The dentist always asks if I ever got them. Just got a nice straight set. It's an all natural set. No braces. I did have braces. I straightened it out. But now I got a couple holes I gotta fix. Lost back one last year and a couple more I'm watching. Yeah, in the back, that's where they start to get you. PC is scheduled 1 year later for GTA 6. Exactly, Caleb. 1 year later? You're telling me new GTA 6? I mean, I can see myself streaming that. Not that I've ever streamed games before, but now that I'm live all the time, I'm kind of more used to it, and I'm gonna be playing, and it's like, if it's a game, like if the new Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out, I'll be playing it. When it came out, I put 70 hours into it, and so if I'm doing it, why not stream it? I've got everything set up to do it. I didn't have things to set up to stream it before, but now I can screen cap it and stream it if I wanted to. I don't know if anyone would be interested in watching me play games, but I don't know. We'll see, because I know I will be. I enjoy them. I haven't been playing games much, honestly. Once I started the channel, any free time that I used to play games, I was working on the channel. Dwayne Letterman! What's up, Dwayne? How's it going, bud? Welcome to the crazy. MPG has 3 crowns. I think I have 3 or 4 as well. 1 root canal, multiple cavities. Not since you've been using your water pick. My parents, my mom's my sister, they're all water pickers. They're all into the water pick. I don't remember my last cavity, but I puke so much I have no enamel. Smiling hurts when the cold air hits them. Ouch. I have 3 cavities now that I need to get filled. During the x-rays, that was one of the things that they were like, all right, we have these 3 cavities. I think I have a couple that are forming too, but I have 3 that they want to take care of. So I have some plans. We got plans in the future for me to give thousands of dollars to my dentist, and I'll be happy to do it. I do have a nice HSA pile that's been building up that I'll be able to pull out of for a while, so that's good. Uh-oh, the text messages are starting to roll in. Y'all be good. Robo's about to get biz. Is he biz? I got a side question. Anybody know? I could look it up. So, titanium pry bar, day like 53, still haven't needed it. Question though, I caught it. It was in my pocket. You've all done this. How big was the biggest fish you caught? 40, what was it, like 45-inch pike was probably the biggest one. Not this weekend though. This weekend, I caught like a 2.5-foot pike, but the biggest fish that we counted for the giveaway, or the biggest fish prize, was a 12-inch crappie. It wasn't really that big. The bite was slow this weekend. So I had this in my pocket, and you know the old situation. You're going around a corner, and it catches this and goes boing and bends it out. Well, I did bend it out ever so slightly. You can almost not tell at all, but you can see like it was like this. Now it's like this. Problem is that makes it loose and it wants to fall out of my pocket a little bit more. And since that's the case, I want to bend it back. Anybody have a good method to bend this back? Issue being, you can't just squeeze, because if I just do the slightest squeeze right there, now it's touching. And if you just barely squeeze it and it's touching right there, what happens when you squeeze this is it's going to squeeze pinch here and it's going to go like this. And so it's going to get tighter here, and this is going to bend up like that. And then when you let go, it's actually going to be further away than it is now. So I'm not sure if anyone knows. I'll have to look it up. If there's some type of technique, can I heat this up on the end or something and get it to kind of bend over just a little bit? Because I really want it tighter so I don't lose this out of my pocket. It's going to fly out of my pocket and I'm not going to notice it, and it's going to be gone. Sebald! What is up? Not removable? On this one, see, no, it's just one piece of titanium that's just curled around. It's just a big curved piece. And so since it's, yeah, because if it was removable, you could maybe bend it and then put it back on. But that is just one piece curved. And so I need to now get it curved back to here. But you barely touch it, now it's touching. Now you can't squeeze. If I squeeze this, as you can see, it's going to whomp, it's going to do that. Take a brick, lay it on the ground. That's not going to work. It's not going to work because there's not enough. It's so close that I can sit there and squeeze that. That's not enough pressure to get that to do anything. You have to actually pinch it here. But I have to pinch it here without pinching it down first so it doesn't end up ramping up. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Because I'm not, any type of squeezing that I do automatically pushes that into it, and once it's touching. Now, if you squeeze it from here, that is going to make it go like that. So I'm just a little confused on what I'm going to do to make that work. Alan dug it into the ground. Well, you haven't used it yet. Let's scrape it up. Like, that doesn't count. Like, you need to actually have a reason to use it. You can't just use it just to scrape it against something. It's like I need to pry something. I have to have a reason to pry something. Tape it down and heat it. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, is like if I heated it, that it could like then get hot enough over there that it kind of sinks, and then when it cools, it'll stay. So that might be the only solution. Because I know I've had something like that, and if you squeeze, it's gonna, you'd have to make it bigger over here so that you can squeeze it down like that so that it'll sit flat, because it's just gonna ramp up. Pry that tooth, it's already gone. If you put needle nose in the gap, open them while putting pressure at the end of the clip. Oh, okay, so you're saying in here, putting pressure this way, and then squeezing this way. It kind of might make it ramp more there. If you ever step in dog shit, yeah, you need to scrape it off the bottom of my shoe. I've got a really nice pry bar, titanium, for scraping dog shit off bottoms of my shoe. It works. It works. If that was the case, I would potentially use it. Bend the clip up more, put something in between the clip, and then pry back down. I just am afraid to bend more first. But we're going to have to do something, otherwise it's going to be to a point where it's too sloopy-doopy for me to just not... I just have to drop it directly in my pocket, and then the clip is pointless. But D-Metal, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Might be right, though. Bend it up a little bit more, because then you can go like that, and then I can reconfigure that curve. Either that or heat or both. I'll have to look into that. I carried it today, but I actually had it in the pocket. I could put it in the other one that has the thicker seam. This one has a thicker seam. But it also is in that front pocket where I usually carry my fifth pocket, so I might have to change up my rotation and how I do it. And it just works so good in that side pocket there. Now, if you ever use a pry bar, you can think of me telling you to scrape off the... Yeah, Stacy, you'll be the first person I think of. I'll step on it and I'll be like, ah, Stacy. Oh, that's classic. That is classic. But are there any of you here that are going to Blade Show? If you are going to Blade Show or you're on the fence, get a hold of me, talk to me. We should meet up. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be having a good time. It looks like Lanyard Man is going to go and he's going to meet up with me on the first day or whatever, I think. And so he'll probably run around, get into some crazy adventures with me. So look forward to that. That should be fun. And anyone else who's there, we're going to try to meet up with whoever. Renee, or I don't know if Renee Ramon's still in here. I know he went last year and we didn't bump into each other. Oh, Lanyard Man, you are still in here. Use a C-clamp with something solid on the top. As long as they're even pressure across the top, it shouldn't mess it up. Not a bad thought. Fuchs aren't allowed at Blade shows, is. Fuchses aren't allowed at the Blade shows, is. Renee will be there. Awesome, Renee. I will see you there. Hopefully, I would like to say I have your knife done before then. That's the plan. That's the plan. So I'll see Renee there for sure. That's cool. Lanyard Man looks like will be there. I'm pretty sure Wheezy and Josh are going to go. So that'll be cool. We're going to have fun. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let's talk about this. JJ's Knife Kit, the Trapper Knife Kit. What you've got here is a complete wooden pocket knife kit. Genuine spring action, ages 7 and up, made in America. It's a wonderful introduction to the craft of woodworking. Gonna check flight prices. So I got myself and my nephews, I think my mom bought them, my sister bought them. Don't know for sure. But got one for me, got one for my nephews, helped them put theirs together. And then I put mine together in a video. Here it is, the JJ's Knife Kit. It's a 2-blade setup. It does have this back, it's like a slip joint design. It's all wood. There's your spade blade. And then you also have your clip. Fun little kit, just a little learn about some stuff. It's neat, but I am thinking these are shipped. I think they're like $15 or $16 shipped from the website. I looked it up, and here I can show you. JJ's, here's the canoe. They have several different ones. I haven't finalized this yet. But what I'm thinking about is like this trapper kit. So yeah, it's $12, but so if we go, oh, I got 2 in there. Okay, let's go back to 1, view cart. So in my case to Minnesota, it's $3.95 for shipping. So if I want to buy one of these shipped, it's $16. Not too expensive. So what is going to happen is I'm going to lock this down. I'm going to make a video, and then what it'll be is if you want to enter, it's going to be a little Pinewood Derby knife competition, Kenman style. All you have to do is buy one of these. So you can buy one off the website, cost you $16 through PayPal, and then have it shipped. And then once you get it, we're going to have a customization contest. I'm going to make some specific rules, and I think one of the rules is you have to incorporate all of the parts into your build. So, because the thing is someone like Aries or whatever that makes knives, he could just take this scale off, completely fabricate a scale and swap it in. And then now he might just run away with the show because he has, there's Aries right there. Wait, there's a competition? We're going to have one, Aries. Going to have everyone buy one of these little kits. I'll be working on it pretty soon. I kind of got in contact, or I did get an email from them. They have plenty in stock right now. But this trapper kit's all a $16 shipped if you wanted to order one. So I will, I'll figure out what knife we're going to do because I have seen some other companies that also make these. So we'll try to find one of the nicer kits that isn't too expensive. And then to enter, all you need to do is order one for yourself, and then we're going to do a customization competition. And so you'll have to use all these parts, but it doesn't mean you can't add. So it's like, okay, you have to use this scale, but if you want to use this scale, add to it, or add another layer, make it thicker, or something like that, you could do that. But you have to incorporate these. You can't swap the blades for actual blades. These, if we did this right here, all the parts that are here have to be involved in your design. You can't completely swap everything out and just turn it into something else. It makes it a little bit more, you have to now be creative. I mean, yeah, I don't want to give everything away, but you could make it thicker and contour it, add some texture. You could turn this into a different shape of a blade or a smaller blade, or you could get a bigger chunk and make it bigger. Things like that. But it'll be a basic fun little competition / whatever, where everyone will make a little customization, and then we'll have to have some type of a judging, or I'll judge it or whatever, and then I will have some type of a prize, whatever it is, and then the winner will get a prize. Oh man, I'm out then. Now see, Aries, you can add materials, but I think you would have to, I'm still working on the way the rules will work, but if you allow people to just swap everything out, that changes, it can change it so much. But if you make everyone have to incorporate, I mean, yeah, you could sand this down, make it really thin, and then use it as a lamination or a layer in between. You could add things to this, but still incorporate all your pieces. Again, haven't quite figured out how we're going to do it. It'll be just a fun little thing, if we can just get a dozen people or so to do it just for fun. We get a few different styles and varieties of some things for people to check out, just see some creativity amongst us. And then throw a couple little fun prizes out there as well. So stay tuned for that. For now, I'm kind of happy with this kit for the price that it is, and it has a little bit of variety. If anyone does have any input on how we can try to make it interesting, being able to add more pieces or change it, but then somehow make it so that it's not so crazy that someone that wouldn't have the access to things like Aries. Aries could just run away with it. He fabricates complete knives starting with nothing. So forcing people to incorporate makes those creative wheels kind of have to spin a little bit more, come up with some interesting ideas, kind of like the Pinewood Derby for Boy Scouts. You make the car and then you race the car. You can embellish the car, change the car, do lots of things to the car, add weights, change weights, but you still have to use that base piece and those base wheels. So something like that. Or at least part of each part, like using the wood as an inlay, or would you have to add the added material be the inlay? That's the thing, is I think it's just as long as you use every piece. So you can literally identify, but I mean, maybe you take just this inlay piece right here that's that thick and you sand these down so they're really thin, and then they become another aspect of the handle, or you carve out the bolsters and then add different pieces for where the bolster is, or different pieces of wood there, or carve that out and inlay that with an additional piece of wood, or you get yourself a little, like I've got one right here that broke off of another one, and you add your little embellishments or things like that, paint, sanding the corners. I think there's quite a few different things that people could mess around with and try and be creative. You have to use all the original pieces, but you can customize them. Yes, you can cut them up, but you have to be able to, I say, like if there's, what is this, 6 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like the 6 pieces and the 3 pins. So then after the fact, you should be able to take your finished knife and say, here is this, here you should be able to identify all 6 pieces and the pins. You know what I mean? So even if they look different, you can be like, oh, well, if you look at the inlay here, this is actually part of the first blade is right here, or you know what I mean? So you could chop this up as long as you can at least show and somehow identify where each piece that you cut up was utilized within the design. Something like that. What's everyone think? Who's in? Who wants to do it? I'm sure we could at least get 10 of us to spend $16 on a piece of, or on a simple little kit. I will look around. If anyone does see any other kits, like Spyderco ones or anything that looks like it might be a good one for trying to do some modifications. I just thought this one looked nice because it does have 2 blades, so it gives you more to start with. The canoe is another one where it also has 2 blades, right? But like, look at this one here with the inlays. Get creative like that. Buy some more wood, carve out some pieces, change it, make some inlays. How creative can you get? How many cool, look at that. I think there's a lot of variety, a lot of options, a lot of things we could do. Spyderco ones look to be about the same price, says Alex. Cool. Cool. And you never know. Someone might be able to just go simple for all, maybe you just take this one here, paint everything up, make the blades look real, carve the edge so it looks like it's sharp, round off the handle, paint these to make them look like they're steel or metal or something like that, carve a little inlay in it, and that might just be a simple win. You know what I mean? Depends. Everybody has different taste. And so if we let everyone vote, you never know who's, with the Pinewood Derby, sometimes it's like the one that wins has the most simple design to it. Or maybe we could have multiples, like one of them would be you know, the one that is the most creative, or the one that is the most realistic, or the one that is the most fun. I don't. These are things I think about on a regular basis. We're going to do something soon. I've just about got it knocked down. I just want to look a little more research maybe this weekend into different types that are available, and try to pick the best one, and then we'll go for it. And if only a few people do it, only a few people do it, and I'll still buy a knife and use it for a giveaway. Maybe get a nice slip joint or a nice knife that's similar to the design. Like if that we did that one like a trapper, I could maybe find a nice trapper to use or something like that. Crazy people. What are you talking about, crazy people? Right here. Right here. That would be me. Oh. Okay. So we talked about Blade Show Texas. Kind of talked about the JJ Knife Kit Pinewood Derby. Talked about the projects that are coming up. Lots of them. Gabe gave us some info on doing his Ethan grow. So we'll be able to get started on that one pretty soon. Dye project and an acid etch. All in-house stuff that I can do. We are all crazy knife junkies. No doubt about it. Steve says he'd do it too. Yeah, I bet you when we do that, I'll make a video. We'll give everyone a week to kind of say if they're interested or not. Put the link out for the knives to order. Give everyone a week or two for them to get them in the mail. And then say, all right, now we got another week or two to come up with a design or something like that. So yeah, Gabe, we're going to do that Ethan grill up pretty soon. I have Waylon's Artisan Cutlery. These were both from my 6K giveaway. Waylon, what did he want on this one again? I believe it's going to end up being yellow to red fade. And then we're going to acid etch everything. So I'm going to acid etch all of it and then do like a yellow to red fade on that one. Want to do a laser engraving job on my 1776 Kershaw? I'd love to do a flag. Like an American flag? Or a specific flag? We could do that. It wouldn't be able to be in color. It would be kind of like a grayscale. But yeah, we could do that. Message me. I've heard that Gabe or Gaben from Steam is a knife collector as well. Just a fun fact. Multi-millionaire. Who? Who is this multi-millionaire? And will they buy me a couple knives? Could you imagine? If you had that kind of dough, what knife would you buy? And would you buy more than one? You know, if you were just loaded, it'd be like, well, I'll just buy 3 of those, because why not? Then if one ever breaks, then I can just, you know, grab a freshie. Got them like Kleenex and just pop out a fresh one. Interesting, Sebald. Or a tooth. Just pop that thing out. For sure. The other one I got at Sportsman's Warehouse was this CRKT delineation. Another assisted opening. Actually, not a bad feeling little knife. I can't remember what... Oh, I can look on the box, I guess. Brown Sugar 69. What's going on, Brown Sugar? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a while. I have been off the face of the earth for a little bit. What does that say? 8CR. Not the worst in the world. But I saw this as it was on sale. I think this is a $60 knife and it was on sale for $30. That sounds right. It was half price. I know that. I think it was about 20 something. So maybe it was a $50 to $60 knife on sale for like 24. I wouldn't be loaded for long. I don't have self-control, but I'd have a really nice knife collection. Exactly. Just rolling in money, I'd just be spending it as fast as you can count it. The delineation really isn't a bad feeling little knife though. I did buy it because it was on sale and it looked like a fun one to do a little customization to. It's all steel, so we can do a nice black laser mark on there. Maybe do an acid etch on the blade, something fun like that. So I was like, I got this one and this one when I was at the Sportsman's Warehouse. Hadn't been in there much. I don't get over to that section of the cities as often, but I had to go up there for my tooth removal surgery, and it was just a couple doors down from where the dentist was. And so I went in there, and they had a couple sales on the crickets, so I had to go ahead and jump on it, buy a couple of them for some custom work. I did I carved up the crappie with my Superflex. I really enjoy this as a smaller fillet knife. Just feels good in the hand. That wooden handle just feels nice. I was saying before, like if I got a fish like this and when I'm doing the work, I usually use that part of the blade. So I'm really kind of getting in there with just that tip. And then as you get that line started, then I'll kind of pull the fillet away as I open it up. And so you don't need as long a blade. That's why I enjoy using that shorter one. I'll probably post that video sometime soon. I might have to edit something. I might do speed it up a little bit and then just put a voiceover on it or something like that. Gabe or Gaben's net worth is $9.5 billion. Wow. Could you imagine? It'd be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. This is another one I got recently. The Swing Guard. This is a Rough Rider. Got the little acorn badge on there. Just a lock back. But it's got the Swing Guard to it. Focus. I do want to look into the more expensive Swing Guards. Looks like a lot of them are autos. I just dig the shape. I like the design. I like that guard on there. I'm not a fan that it does this, but this was not expensive. This was under $20. I mean, it's a Rough Rider, so it's like $440 or $420 stainless on the blade. But it's fun. It looks cool. I enjoy them. I just want a more expensive one. Here's another the bigger Rough Rider. Look at that thing. Tell me that's not fun, right? I like the twin micarta with the red inlay on there. And it just sits, that Swing Guard just sits in there nice. Boom. But it does move. It does move. Ouch. What have we not looked at on the table yet here? This one. This ridiculous. I ordered another Amazon ridiculous. I'm kind of excited for it. It's out of control. The handle's like 5.5 inches and the blade's like 4.5. And it's swear the blade's almost as wide as it is long. It's just ridiculous. Should be coming in the mail this weekend. So that video I'll probably post over the weekend or early next week. Something to be said for these stupid gas station knives that are just cheap and dumb. Not a user, not something I'm going to carry. But look at this. Tell me this is not silly. It's just silly. Of course, all the gas station knives are assisted opening. Why is it a cheap, budget, crappy gas station knife just requires it to be assisted? Is that like a thing? Isn't that crazy? I mean, what, I don't know. I don't know. Another gas station knife. Gotta have the assisted Zelda. First time I saw this one was on Temu. And then it ended up, I was like, I'm not going to buy something on Temu. And then I told a friend of mine, I'm like, yeah, go buy that on Temu for me. And then she's like, no. Every time you say Rough Rider, I get, dun 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 dun. Yep. I saw DMX at Woodstock 99. I was there. DMX was there. Man, that was a long time ago. Wow. But yeah, the assisted opening. So then she was like, I'm not buying that off of Temu. And so she did some research. She's like, oh, you can find it on Amazon. It was like $3 more. I think it was like $16 on Amazon. So I just ordered it off of Amazon instead of wasting my time getting on some silly Temu list. If they weren't assisted, imagine how gross they would be when opening. That is true. Saw him in 05 in New Bedford. Yep. God, Woodstock 99. Holy 26 years ago. Yikes. Yikes. Over half of my lifetime ago, I was there. That is M-Tech quality. That is creepy, yo. I was at that concert over half of my life ago. Wow. Wow. So there's that. Live in the now, man. I have a knife company pitch for you, Dan. Oh boy. It's okay. I'm all ears. Ozfest 99. I was there. I went to Ozfest. Let's see. It was X-Fest. It was Edgefest. Then it was X-Fest. It was Ozfest. Or it was Ozfest. Then it was X-Fest. Maybe that's right. That might be right. But I was at 98, 99, 2000, probably 2001. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Yeah, that was in the 90s when he released that. It's 2025 now, so it's 26 years ago, MPG. Not 20 years ago, 26 years ago. Yeah, Wisconsin 99. So if you were at Ozfest in Wisconsin in 99, Justin, I was also there. I have photos and I have negatives of the photos because that's how photos were. But yeah, when in Minnesota you go to Ozfest or X-Fest, it was by the Apple River, Wisconsin. When's the last time you went down the Apple River, Justin? That's a good old fun time. The college Apple River float. So you go and you get on a shuttle bus and they take you like 20 miles upriver, and then you get out with your tube. You jump in the tube, put a tube with your beer cooler in it, and then you just float down the river for 3 or 4 hours, seeing other people, beads, craziness. It's pretty fun stuff. God, that was 25 years ago. Slim Shady. Yeah. I remember that album, the first one coming out in the 90s too. That was my college days. In the 90s. Wow. Getting old. Getting old. Falling apart. But yeah, apparently Justin and I were at the same, if you were there. That's funny. I can find those photos. I can definitely find those. We started an all-American knife-making company. Then we cloned Chinese knives and charged higher prices. That's what's up. Folding hatchet, quick draw holster. Is that the new... that's the new one from... it's at the CJRB Artisan Cutlery booth, right? I've seen that. I've seen a couple of people, was on Instagram. I know Melissa had one. For sure. That what you're talking about? Oops. Ha! That thing's pretty sweet. Come on now. Don't be like this. Or it's CRKT. It's CRKT, my bad. So Melissa's at the SHOT Show right now. I would like to make it to that. It won't let me skip to the next ones. Dumb. Come on. Give me the... It's been all over SHOT Show vids. Yeah, it seems like it's one of the cool new... I mean, it's pretty neat looking. I'll definitely check one out when I'm at Blade Show, and we'll make some vids. It's been all over the SHOT Show. Anybody go to SHOT Show? Is that going on like now through this weekend, or was it last weekend? Will the American knife makers benefit from the tariffs? Will it just raise prices because U.S. companies can't make the volume? What's going on, Mechanical Rabbit Hole? Good to see ya. Good question, Kathleen. I guess we're all gonna wait and see. You never know. The world we live in, full of excitement. Never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But yeah, who knows what will happen with prices, and then with like the steel companies, and we don't know. What is the future gonna hold? It might get better. It might get worse. It might just be the same, but in a different path. I would assume that the prices will probably go up. But, yeah, we'll see. 21 to 24 SHOT Show. So it's the whole SHOT Show is during the week? It's not a weekend thing? It's only during the week? Is that what you're saying? And I don't even know where it is. Tell me that doesn't look fun. It just looks sharper with that acid etch to it. I mean, I could just acid etch a false Hamon pattern on all my knives, and I'd probably be good to go. Yeah, probably won't. That's Kathleen. We're just going to be stuck with whatever, whatever happens, If the prices go up, they go up. Not much we'll be able to do about it. It's in Vegas. I've been to Vegas a couple of times. It's kind of fun to visit. Gets a little wild. I actually really like this little Olatans. It's fun. And the, again, false pattern Hamon acid etch just makes it look sharper. Makes it look more cool. Makes it cooler. It totally makes it look very much cooler. I don't know why. No. How big of a creator do you have to be to go to SHOT Show? Can't you just go to SHOT Show? It's not open to the public? Or I thought... Wouldn't you just be able to go if you wanted to go, Justin? Get a booth. I made a San Mai. It is not open to the public. Really? You learn something new every day. So I'm unaware. SHOT Show, not open to the public. But listen to this. Rolf Robertson. It just sounds so great. I dig it. The copper one is the loudest. The brass one has a click. Not quite as clicky. Does feel nice. I will be doing a dual shipwreck in the same container with both of these so we can compare and contrast how the copper and the brass act differently to each other in the same environment. And hopefully we don't lose that echoey You have to be invited to SHOT Show. Wow. How about that? The video of the hatchet I just showed is 3 times smaller than the one you're talking about. So there's a huge one? Where do I find that? I would check it out. I also have the third APTA with the micarta. It doesn't have that click. Well, it does. But, oof. This one is like a carry user. It just feels awesome. It's also got that Warncliffe. I don't want to go anywhere I have to be invited until they call you and invite you. You're like, forget that. And then all of a sudden you get the call. Would you like to come? Yep. We're going to send you. Here's your flight. Here's your hotel. We're putting you up. It's like, yep, I'm on my way. Folding hatchet quick draw holster. Type that. Do I have to use the exclamation point? D Metal says you don't have to be invited. But do you have to be a vendor? They just called. I'll see you there. Searching. Searching. Yes, you guys, I'm doing a search. Talking about this one? Subald? Look at that guy's face. That's what's up. This guy's... I don't know who you are, Georg Sprop. 3 million subscribers? 3 million subscribers to George Sprav. What? Bro. You have to have business that's related to what SHOT Show showcases to get a media pass. Thank you, D-Metal. Thank you, D-Metal. You can see all the weird stuff I watch. Dude. 3 million subs. I've never heard of this dude. Bro. Slingshot channel. Wow. 3 million. Dang. Joined April 2008. 1,300 videos. Wow. Dang. He gets around all the German laws and such with his stuff. Yeah, I've never heard of this dude. I'm definitely gonna check out his stuff. Yeah, no thanks. Definitely got some wild stuff though. How did he get to 3 million though? You know what I mean? I mean, he's not really a knife channel versus like... I read it wrong? What did I read wrong? You have to have business that's related to what SHOT Show showcases. Or get a media pass. Some are in German. He designs stuff for big airgun company now. Sure. It's like, because those numbers are crazy. Because you know, like, MC's doing really good. And he's got, what, pushing 700,000. But, I mean, we're talking 3 million. 3 million. That is wild. There you have it. There you have it. If you had 3 million subscribers, that would be wild. A lot of work. Although, I mean, 1,300 videos, I mean, I don't want to say I've got 2,500 videos, but I have 2,500 videos. Some of them are shorts. Probably over 1,000 of them are shorts. Well, I'm on day like 557, my daily pocket check shorts. So that's every single day for the last 550 days. I've been doing a short showing what I'm carrying, my main knife for that day. You wish me as many subs? Dude, 300,000 would be crazy. Let alone 3 million. That's nuts. MPG's got to go put the little one down. See you later. Thanks for hanging out, girl. 820. 820. Rolling along. 820. So yeah, these Aptas are really cool. Just fun. I carried this one a couple days now for my secondary. Just feels good. Looks good. I like the blade shape. Just that nice simple Wharncliffe, that size, great user. You know, compared to these are really cool as well. But that blade shape with that flat, I mean, if you're going to be using this as a pry bar, you can't cut with that. It's not sharp on the end. But you could use that corner for prying some stuff, I guess, except for I have a pry bar. You know, I'm trying not to pry with my knives. And if it was a sharp edge, that edge would be sticking out, and then you'd be cutting yourself on it because it's sticking out. I do have the one I got from family for Christmas, the Razzle. This one is definitely a chisel tip. I'm excited to have a purpose for using this chisel tip. Pretty fun stuff. Quite excited about this. Really cool. They knocked it out of the park. I keep saying it, but this was the knife family gave me for Christmas, and they did a great job. This thing is cool. It's fun. I look forward to using it for sure. For sure. Okay, didn't pull this one out yet today. Boom. This is a nice small Kiridashi. Very thin, Japanese. It's got some little stamp on there that's really light and faint. Brass. Got the brass, I don't know, I guess you call that a sheath. This is a fun little utility knife, just something to do. But I plan on obviously shipwrecking that just for the fun. And it was an inexpensive knife. Another shipwreck I got right here. This is my last, or no wait, I got a couple more of these Rough Riders. Do I still have that one in a box? I do. I still have 2 more of these Rough Riders. I've done several of them already. Here's one of the first ones I did. I gave away a couple of these already. Robo's got one. Here's another one, the more recent ones I did. Shipwrecking is so fun. There's so much different variants and variety that you can achieve with it. This last one, pretty happy with the blues and stuff on there. I'm really liking some of these things I've been getting with it. But yeah, we're going to do that one soon. I got another one of these identical to it that we'll be able to do. This tiny little one. Going to do these 2 right here. That'll be really fun. I'm excited for that because then we can see some variance in style from materials. This one here, when I bought it, said it was copper, but I'm pretty sure it's brass. It's definitely lighter, and it's kind of giving me the colors that most of my brass has been giving me, versus the Civivi X-Arc. This one is copper, and you can see, like when you put them side by side, brass, copper, brass, copper. You can see the yellows versus the oranges almost. I guess would be a way to describe. A little more mustardy, a little more caramely. But doing them very similar in the same container. Whoa. It's a good way to scratch your knives. That'll be a fun little technique to try. Then we get to see what kind of variances we get. Obviously this one's copper as well. More of the darker browns, less of the yellows. Boom. I'm really happy with this one though. Towser K. Definitely one of my favorite knives. Favorite projects, a shipwreck. All around good. Carried the Hawk again recently. Still very happy with the Hawk. If you're on the fence about picking one up and you're looking for a little push, here it is. Hawk is great. This is the DLC coated M390. I like the Penguin as a knife, but I like how the copper came out better. The Towser wins. Yeah, Towser for the win. I mean, I still love my Towser with the frag titanium. Just this titanium, this frag, everything about this knife just feels perfect in my hand. I did have it when it was cold out, and still wasn't that bad. But a titanium knife in the cold when it's 20 below is a little bit chillier than like a micarta. But the Hawk with the Snap Echo technology, so instead of a ball, it's not a detent ball, it's a detent post. So you get a little tick, click, click, click. Boom. It just opens so nice. Closes so fast too. That's why sometimes I hesitate a little, if anything, because it's just, once it starts going down, boom, it just wants to slam shut. Boom. Ground Fog, how you doing? Good to see you. Getting later in the evening here. But we've been having some fun. Talked a little bit about a bunch of things. My fishing trip was good. My teeth are, well, my one tooth is now gone. So it doesn't hurt anymore because it's not there. Got some work to do in the future. Got back from a fishing trip. It was great. We didn't get any walleyes. The bite was slow, but it was literally, when we were out on the ice, it was like, one of the days it was decent, maybe 15 degrees. The other days were all like 5 below, 16 below, 20 below. When we drove back on the snowmobiles the one night, if you're going 10 miles an hour on the snowmobile, it wasn't so bad because there wasn't really that much wind, but it was 20 below. So with the wind chill, it was like 36 below or something stupid like that. And so there wasn't a whole lot of wind, so it was okay. But we're taking the snowmobiles back, and it was like we're going kind of slow, and you go ahead and you just ramp it up a little bit, get it up to 20 miles an hour, and all of a sudden our eyelids are starting to freeze shut. And it felt so bitter cold just on the tiny little exposed part of your face. It was like, and slow back down. We're gonna go a little bit slower. Then we're getting close to the dock, close to the entry point where we parked, and we just gunned it and going like 30, 40 for a couple seconds. It was like, oh my God, this is brutal cold. And our good friend that came up from Texas to go with us, it was his first experience out there, and we threw him right in the mix of the freezing. It was, but it was fun. We had a blast. We were in a family cabin that had heat and electricity, water, so we were at least able to stay warm and dry overnight, and then we'd get out and then go hit up a different lake every day. And so we'd go on little day trips, and then at the end of the day go back, cook dinner, have a couple drinks, hang out, play a couple games. And my TV just popped on me. I hate that. Lasted most of the time. Caleb's got to head out. Maybe I'll be back. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Good time. We'll be here every Thursday. Probably go live this weekend and again on Monday. Do some verticals. Get back in the swing of things now that my tooth is taken care of. And I'm done with my trip. I'm going to be here for a while. Got a whole month of just doing some stuff, getting ready for Blade Show Texas in March. So I've got a lot of time here in the midwinter to really ramp up some stuff, get these knives finished. A lot of customs that I've got on deck. Stacy's has got to be first. So we're going to get to these, get them all going, and really go full steam ahead for this next month before I get to Texas. Stinking TV. Like, I usually put the chat right up there so I can look over the camera at the chat, but now I'm kind of stuck turning to the side. I can see a chat over there and over to the side. My computer's still hanging on. My CPU is maxed out. I've learned how to not let it skip up as much, so I keep a few things on minimal use, and if I don't bring up too many pages, it doesn't go too crazy. And we've been doing all right. This battery's getting low, though. I gotta plug this in. Bump, bump, dum. All right. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, did anybody see this? I know everyone's been to North Mountain Blade, right? But the new thing that they've got that's just coming out, or I don't know if it's out already, the Kickstop. There it is. This one right here. The Chop Kickstop. Dude, I want to get one of these. This is a new design feature that I haven't really seen, but the way it works, it's a kickstop. So if you look at this picture, it's got this flipper tab right here, but the flipper tab disappears, right? So you have the flipper tab for when you're gonna go open the knife. Let me just close this. But when the knife is open, no flipper tab. It's gone. And they call it the Kickstop. Maybe it's in this video. So there's your flipper tab, and then when you flip it, the flipper tab disappears into the handle. And so it's like only flipper tab deploy, but then when you open it, you can't see the flipper tab anymore. So see how now he's wiggling it, or she's wiggling it. And so when it's open, it somehow folds into the knife so that you can't see it. I think that is super cool, and I want one. And I can't remember where I saw it, but I brought this page up to save it. I wish there was a little bit more photos of how it works. Anybody know anything about it? But I think it looks like a nice clean knife. That looks really cool, just like that. And then the fact that you've got your flipper tab for the deployment, but then it just disappears. I'm just interested in, M390 titanium. That's a nice mix. There's your lockup. They're not going to show how that works though, are they? Just a nice little flipper tab knob there. And then it starts to fold down. So you flip it down and it deploys the blade. A little lanyard loop down on the bottom. Must be the designer. It's the Kickstop. Yep, that's what they're calling it. Laid off. Very neat looking. The chop kickstop. So it's the chop is the blade. I'm gonna back up one more. Because this was the original chop, the chop 2, like this blue one and this orange one. But notice the flipper tab, you can see the flipper tab is there when it's open. So the chop kickstop is the new one. Wow, look at this $1,000 one. Right? That's wild. Oh, look at the acid etch on the blade. Oh, this one doesn't have the kickstop. This is just a front flipper only. Show us the blade now. Wow. $1,000. All this can be yours for $1,000. That's a Chop Classic. So it looks like there's only premium versions of it. Doesn't look like there's a budget model. $280. Oh, those are just Chop 3s. So it looks like the Chop kickstops are just this middle row here. And they're all around $200 to $300 a piece. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of inlay. I think if I were to get one, I'd probably just go for this guy right here. Clean. It's got a nice profile. Not a huge fan of frame locks either, but you know, you get your nice titanium knife and you're gonna have a frame lock like that. First time a kickstop has been around $200. Kickstop's a flipper tab deployment that auto hides by Lee. Female screws on show side. Oh. Yeah, so then there's no, it's kind of like a captive pivot sort of in a way. Get my stupid head out of there. Chavez 229 has one as well. I dig it. I don't have many knives, but I have a few where the flipper tab goes away. Kathleen's got a couple. Which ones do you have, Kathleen? I've never handled one that's like that. I'm interested. I think it's a cool... I think that's kind of the way... I don't know, if I were a designer, that'd be kind of the stuff I'd be looking into, is just interesting stuff like that. You don't want to make it too wild where it becomes a functionality that can now fail and not work on you. But interesting stuff like that, more mechanical type of things, locks, stuff. I'm interested. I think it's cool. I think that's kind of the future. Some of the, you know, not a complete future. Obviously, some classic designs are always going to work well because they do. You know, a nice liner lock, you can't beat it. Make something like this bad boy right here, and I'm going to carry it and enjoy it. Right? Feel really good about this knife. KC did a really good job. Microjet. 5 left, limited release. Right? Yeah, I don't have $200 to throw down on it right now, although titanium and M390, you're getting high quality materials right there. So it's really, for $200, not a bad thing. It would be cool if they made one in the... Because I really actually like the way these look too. With this SLD Magic blade, button lock, right? That's fun stuff. You know, if they put one in this $100 price range style. I could probably jump on it sooner. Lee licenses out his kickstop design. So if you make a design, you could potentially get him to sell it to your design. Potentially. Got a Tempest Supercell by KC. Amazing action. That's awesome. Glad you like it. Tempest has got some cool stuff. I'd like to get the Jetstream. I know he had a couple that he sold not too long ago, but other than that, they're kind of not obtainable. Ah! Too tight of a range. It's tight of a zone. My hands are still beat up from the fishing trip. Not enough room for this. I need to practice more. I need to watch some vids. Did you see the Kaiser coffin? The Ultim has the liner shaped like a skeleton, right? I think all of them have the skeleton shape on the back side, Justin. But the Ultim one, you can see it through it. But I thought I saw the black one when it was backwards. It had that skeleton shape on the back side as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw that. I mean, I did see the one with the Ultim, and it looked like you could see the skeleton through the Ultim. Very cool. Traded your Ironfly for it. Oh, you did. Interest. But yeah, the Kaiser does have a few new knives coming out. I haven't heard from them in a while, and I've bought 3 Momos. I got 3 Kaiser Momos right here. None of them were provided from Kaiser. My buddy Dave bought that one for me, but I bought both of these 2 for myself. Screwed this one up, didn't get a discount on it because I didn't have my link. I didn't use my link properly, so I didn't get my 10% commission on it, which is fine, whatever. And then the other one on Amazon, I don't really get anything for that one, so it doesn't really work. If you go to Instagram, laid off Pete, if you are on Instagram, I'll bring it up right now. It's right here. Kaiser EDC, so there's the coffin. So if you look on this one here, you can almost, at the angle, see you can see the skeleton through it, right? Whoops. Won't you let me go to the next one? Guess we gotta wait. Oh, now I can do it. There, yeah, see? Look, there's the black one. So on the back of the black one is the skeleton. So they all have the skeleton on there. Or is that... Or do they take something off? That's not how the back looks, is it? Looks weird. So yeah, the Ultim is neat because you can see that skeleton pattern right through the coffin. They're not showing the back, so it's like, are they showing that just the liner, or? But that was definitely the black one, right? Oh, they took the scale off. That is the scale removed from that. So why would... You can't see it. So that's just the way they skeletonized the liner. Oh, see what they did there? It's a skeletonized liner for weight reduction. And it is literally skeletonized. And so on the normal ones, you can't see that skeleton through the wood or the anything. But on the Ultim one, you can. Front flipper only. Knife with a knife-shaped liner. That's some inception right there. Yeah, I get it now, D-Metal. I didn't get that at first. So you only can, it's like that. It's the skeletonized liner, literally. But then you can see it through the Ultim. Didn't they also have this one coming out soon? What's this called? The Bamboo? Can't really see the ridges on there very well. That green one, you can see it. The Bamboo. They're making some new stuff. Even if you can't see it. Weird. That Bamboo one reminds me though of this one. This one's also kind of resembling Bamboo. Right? This is the Concept BTF, Basic Tonto Folder. Got a thumb disc, liner lock, flicks out easy. That dual grind Tonto blade, boom. I like the ridges on there. Those ridges look pretty much the same as that new Kaiser Bamboo. They feel nice in the hand, nice and solid. This is a fun knife. Good action, flips out nice. If you're worried about thumb discs, this one works great. No wood on the Bamboo, so it doesn't make sense. I would provide weight relief to my liners by cutting out the name of my company in the liner. Imagine a huge Kaiser text cutout, only visible on the teardown. Only on the teardown. That could be cool. You know, skeletonized liner. Literally. Literally. I like ridges in my hand as well. Ruffles have ridges. Boom. I need to carry this one again. Basic Tonto folder. I might carry that tomorrow. I need to make a video for tomorrow. I'm still behind. I need to get ahead. There was a time when I was like 8 videos ahead, which also gets confusing. First world problems. But you get ahead, and then it's like you start making a video, and then you don't remember which one you can talk about or which one you haven't talked about yet. Or like, oh, I can't bring that one out because that video hasn't released yet. And so you have to remember the order that you're doing that in. What's up, Alan? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. We're going to be shutting down pretty soon. It's almost 9. We've been going for a while here. Had a good time tonight. Talked about my trip. It was fun. Got my trophies on display right here.
Laid Off Pete became a member. Laid Off Pete celebrates 4 months of membership. Oh snap. 4 months. I'm still a Kenman infant.
Trying to get rid of the echo.
Oh snap. 4 months. I'm still a Kenman infant.
Got it. So I got rid of the echo right at the end. Oh snap. 4 months. Not that much of an infant though. I mean, 4 months. I think Lanyard Man Fookdoozle's got the most, and he's at 9 months, 8 or 9 months. I think that's the longest you could possibly have. That's a weird announcement. What's so weird about it? You don't like my owl? Or because it echoed? Milestone celebration. Thank you, Laid Off Pete, for 4 months. Much appreciated. You are no longer, I wouldn't call that infancy. I would call that advanced infancy. Early childhood. Sure. Why not? Either way, I appreciate you, Laid Off Pete. I appreciate everyone who's here, everyone who hung out for the night. Pretty chill night. Getting back in the swing of things. Glad to be back. It's been a rough couple of weeks. I'm glad everyone's been staying with me. Not posting as much as I want. Getting behind. I got videos I got to figure out to post for tomorrow, for the weekend. I want to get ahead. I've got all these projects I need to get going on, get finished with, get rocked out. It charges me if I celebrated or not. Right? And I appreciate it. Very much so, bud. Yeah. So it's good to be back. It's good to be going. I'm glad I can talk again. My face is still not quite there. Finished taking the medications though. And I do have some plans for for going back to the dentist in the next couple weeks to get going on fixing the rest of my face and everything else that's wrong with it. Always glad to support my Minnesota brethren. Right on. Whew. Oh my God. I need to get some dinner. I need to find a video to film for tomorrow. Holy cow. Oh, I hate being behind. It's rough. I haven't ordered any knives in a while, so I don't have any unboxings to do. Not visible anymore. What's not visible anymore? Oh, my trophy? Or wait. What did I do? What's not visible anymore? My ugly face? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. It was a good trip. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back healthy so I can continue to make some videos. Oh, my tooth. Yeah. I'm good. It's almost there. There is a little bit of a bump though that I can still kind of feel that's kind of going down, but it's healing inside of there. It was a mess. They had to get in there, cut and drain and remove, and not a great, pleasant thing. All right, I'm going to shut her down. I almost made it. We're almost to 3 hours. I'm beat. I got to get some stuff going. I got to make a video. If you have any thoughts or ideas for some stuff for the upcoming mini knife shootout, feel free to message me, make comments on the video with ideas, any knives that I might have missed. If you have any thoughts on the JJ's knife kind of competition that I'm going to come up with really soon, feel free to comment on that. Stay tuned for it. Glad to be doing better. Glad to be back. Really appreciate everyone for hanging out. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Stay sharp. Stay healthy. Stay happy. I appreciate you.